Meet the new Tesla Model Y. Here is a take on the world's best-selling EV, now with some very refined exteriors. Tesla has brought the design more in line with its recent themes, as seen mainly in the Cybertruck, the concept Cybercab, and the refreshed Model 3, while also catering to some long-demanded user features and some very sought-after elegance in its appearance. On the electric side, there is very little addition to its battery, range, or fast charging capabilities, and that's going to disappoint quite a few. Let's look at all of these and try to make our own impressions. Let's look at the principal changes from the old Model Y. The changes are mostly on the exterior and almost all of those that meet the user's eyes and feel. A light bar in the front and rear, ambient lights like the new refreshed Model 3, ventilated seats, a Bluetooth enabled rear screen that's 8 inches, in addition to the standard existing 15.4 inches center display, second row seats that get a full power recline, and some very useful reduction in road noise with the use of acoustic glass. Tesla also cites improved Wi-Fi connectivity, higher range for the phone key, faster cellular and clearer calls. And those will be all to be experienced in real more than anything. The first thing to notice in the front is the missing Tesla logo. It's been taken out from the front and it's another continuation from the design language that started with the Cybertruck. On the same lines, the Model Y gets a full light bar, much like the Cybertruck and the Cybercab, that you don't see in the new Model 3. In fact, the very first videos of the Cybercab had prompted many to draw comparisons with the Model Y, but it turned out way too small in size. The headlights move to the front bumper and it dawns a camera right in the middle, another much called for feature in parking assistance. From the side, the car looks the closest to the old Y with a strikingly similar aero profile. The slope on the rear that takes away some headroom. The glass behind looks a bit narrow and the charge port remains the same. In the rear, Tesla has utilized a truly unique design that reflects the light from the LEDs to present a very unique appearance. I don't recollect having seen this in any car. The letters spelling Tesla are engraved on the said bar that looks like made of the same material used on the dash. All around the bar is the light strip that looks fairly similar at the ends to the taillights of the old Model Y. Under the lights is a longish extension of the hatch, also followed by a flattish bumper that's all plastic. The number plates are now moved to that rear bumper from the hatch, which also has the standard camera for parking assistance. The door is a redesigned one, but with the same simplicity. The strip with the ambient light is on the top, with the speakers beneath. The frameless window has a nice shape up top. The doors have the soft touch material in the middle, and the door handle and armrest with the stitched vegan leather. That part, along with the wide and deep door pocket, is the same as the old YN3. The dash has the ambient light strip that's laid in a kind of a semicircle across the entire area. A soft touch panel is laid out in the middle with the rest of the dash in the same stitched leather, redesigned with the same minimalism as before. The 15.4 inches center display is the same as before. That sits over the two customary wireless charging pads beneath. A fairly deep storage follows them and the two cup holders. That follows with the standard armrest with the storage underneath. The steering is the new redesigned one, very similar to the one on the new Model 3. It has the soft touch material all across its round shape and the two customary spokes, with a third bridge that has an opening in between. At the bottom of the steering, the shape flattens a bit to spoil the round appearance. In addition to the scroll wheels on the left and right, on the driver's left are the controls for the wipers, the high beam headlights, and the multifunction light. On the right are those for cruise control, voice commands, and what's probably the button for the front-facing camera. This last one will need a confirmation. The left stalk is back if you compare it with the Model S, X, the Cybertruck, or the new Model 3. Or the right stalk is dropped if you compare it with the previous Y. That stalk will have the turn signals, and I will presume that to be its only function for now. The seats too adhere to the new design with a fixed headrest, adjustable seat belts, and good bolsters. This is increasingly becoming the new Tesla. On the rear, in addition to the adjustable armrest of the middle seat with two cup holders, the entire backrest of the seat can collapse down, creating a perfect pass-through to the cargo. The seats are now ventilated as well and hence complete for all weather conditions. They still speak with the same simplicity and in some imagination of sorts. The front seat pushes forward, making room for the reclining row 2 seats. That recline of the row 2 is now fully powered and it also has two button controls for the same in the rear cargo. The primary specs now revealed are fairly elementary, and I would like to request you to wait for the final word on them. Tesla has not yet put out the owner's manual that lists some of these details, and I'm sharing those that are being publicly discussed. That having said, the new Model Y is 188.6 inches long, 77.9 inches wide with the mirrors folded, and 63.9 inches tall. That's a bit longer and a bit narrower than the old Model Y. It weighs approximately 4,154 pounds and brings about 76 cubic feet of total cargo capacity. It probably has a 78.4 kilowatt hour battery pack that is listed to deliver 320 miles of range. In this, the all-wheel drive variant. The top speed is listed at 125 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. The cargo looks quite unchanged, and I do get a feeling that this is a bit narrower from the old Y. It has the same simplicity and the flow material. It also has a slightly deeper understorage, I would think. The front trunk similarly appears optimized a bit and now comes with a drain plug. This is reasserting its family car status and probably brings some encouragement to see it that much more in an outdoor setting. At a time I thought things would be moving to 500 kilowatt in DC charging, the new Model Y disappoints somewhat, expected to peak at 250. The Tesla battery anyway holds the peak rate for very little time, though it does deliver a steady curve. I'll be very anxious to see its DC charging performance at the earliest I can, but on the face of things, it's slightly disappointing. Tesla claims about 11 miles of additional range, but I'll treat it at 300 miles highway at the baseline. The battery will be NMC, and the charging curve on that battery has ample space to improve. It's going to get better rolling resistance from the tires, improved gear train and friction losses in the driveline of the vehicle. The body is getting better at air resistance and management. Plenty of that upside should be coming from the wheels and tires. The Model Y has redesigned wheels now, but the area of interest is tires. Electric vehicle tires wear out faster, and tires are one of the fastest improving areas in EVs. If you see over the previous 5 years, there has been rapid progress in the industry. Even when it comes to range, efficiency, and performance, over and above durability, tires are the most significant variable at play and has a huge bearing on the overall experience, from range to cabin noise. This is the aspect I would expect the most from in terms of improvement. It's clearly trying to capture the early enthusiasm here in the US and is offered fully loaded with a free choice of color, FSD, etc. for around $60,000. This while the old Y is being offered at some very attractive inventory discount. The anomaly is severe. To me, the old Y is a steal of a deal currently, and the new Y with all those mandatory options and price, certainly not. Only that narrow segment of people who are going to buy it with all the options any which way would find it worth the price. Anyway, if you like this content, please do all the good things as usual. Here is a link to see my impressions of the Volvo EX30. I'll see you in the next one.